Hello everybody, today on Alien on Toast I am talking about the Follow Your Heart vegan egg. Simon picked this up for me in Whole Foods last week and I was really excited because I've been looking forward to this coming over to the UK ever since I saw it all over Facebook and the PPK and blogs and stuff. So once I got my hands on it, I decided that I wanted to have a play with it, so I could give you a proper review, not just it scrambles up really well and it tastes nice on toast with some ketchup, although it does. So I had a bit of a play around with it yesterday. I spent the whole day pretty much in the kitchen and I had a couple of successes and one sort of, I wouldn't call it a fail, but it definitely was interesting. So I filmed those for you and I just want to talk through kind of what I did and how well it worked. Okay, so this is the package that it comes in. It looks like an egg box, and then I'll show you what it looks like inside. Simon got me two, so which is good because I used pretty much a whole one yesterday. Then inside you get the powder, which looks like this, and a little leaflet, you know, what to do with it. So that's what it looks like, and it's really easy to make a scrambled egg. You just mix 2 tablespoons with 115 ml of cold water and you just whisk it up. And unlike the veg, which really needs to go in a blender, this doesn't need to go in a blender. It does actually mix pretty well just with a little hand whisk, and then you just pour it into a pan with a little bit of oil. So I'm going to insert the clips here of me scrambling 1 serving or 1 egg. Now, I'm not sure if you could tell from the video, but basically 1 egg or 1 serving, like they tell you on the front of the box, actually makes more like 2. If you compare it by volume, it's more like 2 hen's eggs. It's quite a lot. So I tend to just make 1 serving of it to have on toast. And the next thing that I decided to do with it was try some mini frittatas. So to do that, I used 6 tablespoons, so 3 servings if you like, and I added a few other ingredients and I made some mini frittatas, so I'm going to show you that little video now. frittatas actually were really nice. Now I cooked them for half an hour because when I cooked them for 20, I took them out and they were still a bit soggy on the bottom, and when I tried it I could taste it tasted a little bit powdery, so I cooked it for another 10 minutes and they were really good. I think if I made them again I'd make them smaller because I just made really big ones because I didn't know how much they were going to rise, but as you probably saw from the video, they rose massive like a souffle when they came out of the oven, but then they sank back down again, so they were pretty much exactly the same size as the silicone mold. So I think next time I'd probably make smaller ones and just cook them for a bit less time. The next thing that I made was just to use up a bit of the scrambled up egg that I'd made that day for the video. So I made a mock duck fried rice. It was really easy. It was just some pre-cooked rice, some mock duck that I browned, some peas, some soy sauce, some 5 spice, and then the egg. And that was also really good, and my mum really liked that, my dad liked that, Simon liked it. You know, all these things were actually approved by everyone in my family who are not vegan, so that's good. So the little video is coming now for the fried rice. The last thing that I made with the vegan egg was the one really that was the big challenge for me. Like, I wanted to bake something, and I wanted to bake something sweet because I had absolutely no idea whether it would work in a sweet setting and if it would work like an egg in baking. So that was really what I wanted to find out. And my mum came downstairs the other day and she said, "Oh, I've just seen them make a baked hot tart on the telly. I haven't had one in ages." So I thought, oh, you know, give it a go. I've got vegan eggs now. Winning. So I downloaded a recipe off the BBC. It's a Mary Berry recipe, and I literally made 2 substitutions. Everything else is exactly as per the recipe, and the substitutions that I made were changing the dairy butter for vegan substitutes and changing the 1 egg for a 1/4 cup of the made up vegan egg. I'm going to show you the video so you can see how I did it, and then I'm going to tell you how it turned out. bakewell tart itself was really delicious. The texture is not quite right, but I'm not 100% sure that that is to do with the vegan egg. In fact, I think it's the most likely culprit is the Vitalite that I used instead of butter, because it has a higher water content, I think, than butter. And also I covered it because my oven's quite fierce, and it said on the instructions, if you see the almonds browning too early, then to cover it in foil. So I thought that's going to happen, so I covered it with foil. And then when I took the foil off after the 35-minute cooking time that it said, like half of it was stuck to the foil and it had risen up. So I took it off, I sprinkled the bare patch with some more almonds, and I gave it 10 more minutes, and it never fully set. Now, I haven't eaten a bakewell tart since before I was vegan, so like 8-9 years, and so I can't really remember the texture, but I'm pretty sure that the frangipani bit is meant to be a little more spongy, but it tasted a bit more like a treacle tart. So it was really delicious, it tasted lovely, but I don't think the texture was quite right. But again, I think that might be to do with the water content in the Vitalite, or it could be a combination of two things. So it's definitely something that I need to work on, but you know, more bakewell tarts for us, that can't be a bad thing, right? So yeah, I wouldn't call it a fail, but we've got a little bit of the tart left. I'm going to see how it does after being in the fridge overnight. But it tasted really, really good. And what I was worried about was when I was mixing it, it smells very, very, very strongly of black salt. So I was worried that when I put it into the sugar and the almonds and stuff, that you'd be able to taste it, because I could smell it. I could smell black salt, and I was like, oh God, it's going to be horrible. And then I tried a bit and it tasted really, really good. You couldn't taste savoury, you couldn't taste black salt, you couldn't taste powder, so you cannot taste it in any way. I don't know whether or not it really worked in that setting, just because I think my water content was probably off. I probably needed some more almonds. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you've got any questions about the vegan egg, or if you just want to chat, then leave me a comment or come talk to me on Twitter or Facebook. All the links, like I said, down below. And if you like this video, please thumbs it up and share it and subscribe. Hope you'll have a fantastic weekend. Happy Friday, and I'll see you soon. Bye.